Audio is good. We're transitioning and we're live. So, hello, peoples. What's happening? Welcome to Jedha After Dark. We got some new guests on the stream tonight. We got my buddy Greg Cook, who is on. He's on the screen. He's right there. That's Greg. That screen is over there. Down there's Pop King Paul. He's got his
What's
hat
up?
backwards because he means business.
That's right.
Uh-oh. And then I got my own audio there. And then let's see here. Down that direction over there. Franchise Kicks. Clint's here. He's wearing his villain shirt. I don't know what that means. If it's subliminal
He's got
or
the
what.
furrowed eyebrow going on,
He's
too.
got his villain shirt on.
It's pretty intimidating, Clint.
He's raising the people's eyebrow. I don't know what's up, man.
Going full bad guy mode.
We're in bad guy mode. All right. Well,
Full
I'll be
YouTube.
the good guy. Look, I'll be Captain America. I'll be the good guy. He's there, Captain America.
Bullet Club mode.
Yeah, be a good guy. Let's see what we got in the chat. We got piles of people. Wow, there's a lot of people here, guys. If it's your first time here, let us know in the chat. Let me just say it's my first time or something like that. Let us know. We'll say hello. Moderators, good luck. I warned you ahead of time. Good luck. So, all right, guys. I would like to ask you guys a couple questions and about collecting. All right. Now, Clint, I know you're a reseller, but you also collect some because you say this is going in my collection. Then I'm keeping this one, that one, whatever. What lines do you actually collect?
What I do collect are ones that are autographed. Like I do hold back a few that I know that I want to get signed in the future by like Bret Hart or Sting, like who I met in May in Las Vegas. So like I saved back recently one by Chris Evans to get signed from Zobi. Actually, Saturday they did a signing at Ace Comic Con, so he signed a Captain America pop. So I saved back one just to send off to get signed. So I will keep some back just to get autographed. So those are the only ones I will keep. Like all these you see are all signed.
Wow.
So if it's signed, I'll keep it. Or if I want to get it signed, I'll keep it. But if not, it's money back in my pocket.
I heard that. So, what you have a favorite right now?
My favorite signed is just what I just got.
That's a no.
Well, it's like I actually was just on live last week and I was asked the same thing. My favorite one that I just got back in May was when I met the Young Bucks in Las Vegas, and I met them and they signed the pop for me, and Matt and Nick, they were freaking awesome to meet live. They were super nice. And we did the pose together and they did their whole thing and I did the whole, bad guy thing. And
right.
It was fun. So like this, I actually bought this myself just to get signed,
Cool.
So, yeah.
That's very cool. So Greg and I and Kent, we went to Atlanta Comic Con a year ago now. It's been a year. Crazy. And we went down there and met Ray Park. All right. If you guys don't know, Ray Park is Darth Maul in the prequels, or episode 1, because he didn't make it out of there. Spoiler, if you haven't seen it in 20 years, I don't know what to tell you. So we met Ray Park. I mean, probably the super nice guy, like way nice. We also met Brianna Hildebrand, who played Negasonic Teenage Warhead in Deadpool.
She has a beautiful autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then Sean Astin was there, or Sean, is that, yeah, Rudy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, he was there. I didn't get an autograph from him, but he was there. Seemed like a nice guy. But Ray Park was awesome. I only have a couple autographs. I don't go crazy with autographs. I've got one that was sent to me, signed by Brian Mariotti. So I got that one. I've got one signed by Ashley Eckstein, who is Ahsoka Tano in the Star Wars Clone Wars and all that, voice actors. I've got one on Bender from Futurama. That one's pretty cool. And I don't know what else. Oh, I've got a signed 3-pack that we're going to be giving away at some point. So I've got that. I don't have a whole lot of autographed ones. I am going to get another one signed this coming Atlanta Comic Con, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the voice actor, is going to be down there for that. So I'm going to get that one signed. So that's pretty cool. That's interesting that you only keep the ones that are autographed. That's an interesting collection, I think. Interesting. What do you think, Mr. Greg? You got two autographs? What do you got?
Yeah, I just got the two. I got Brianna and Ray Park, but
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm waiting on a pop to come in so I can actually get another autograph for Atlanta Comic Con.
Ooh. Who?
Yeah.
Is it secret?
It's no, it's not really a secret. It's I want to say it's Adam Baldwin, the guy that played Jane Cobb on Firefly.
Yeah.
So I want to get his autograph because I really, really love Serenity and Firefly the show, and he was just one of the classic characters that I liked.
I've still never seen Firefly. No spoilers.
It's a great show. It's a great show.
If I haven't seen it yet, I'm probably not.
It only lasted one season, so it had to be
what's
great.
the point? What's the point?
Yeah. Well, you know, all the good shows only last like 1 or 2 seasons. Then they
Yeah, it's like Futurama. They canceled Futurama after like 2 seasons, and then they brought it back 5 years later, 8 years later, whatever, and then they can't. Whatever. Anyways, all right, Mr. Paul. Sorry, King Paul. Sorry, my bad. Is that your official? How does one become Pop King? And I know how one becomes Funko Bad Guy. I get that. I don't know how one becomes Pop King. Like, is there a vote? Is it a coup? Is it a How does it work?
Well, okay, actually, I have to give that name to a buddy that I used to work with. He was like the only person I work with that collects pops, and in his family, he collects Batman. His wife collects Doctor Who. His daughter collects Wonder Woman, and his son collects Spider-Man.
Okay.
So we kind of got to talking about pops, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool, because I buy, sell, trade, whatever. And so he was like, oh, okay. Well, I think the first time he bought from me, he had 27 pops. And by the time he left, he doesn't work with me anymore. But by the time he left, I want to say he had close to 200. And the rest of those came from me. And every time he would text me, he'd just be, he'd ask me for something. He'd be like, hey, man, my son really wants that Spider Hulk. Can you get me that Spider Hulk? I was like, yeah, I got you. And he goes, all right, thanks, Pop King. And I was just like, that's pretty cool, So he just, every time he would text me, he'd be like, hey, Pop King Paul, I need a favor. So
Gotcha.
I have to actually give the credit to him. So.
All right. Well, that's a good story. So
Yeah.
that tells me that if somebody else had a friend that also called them Pop King, that you guys would have to have a duel.
Yeah,
You'd have to see who came out for the. Be like the Gladiator TV show. You have to like duke it out or something. I don't know, but that'd be interesting. I don't know who else would be, but
Rails.
that's a cool story. I made up my name because I loved Rogue One, and that's pretty much it. I just love Star Wars. That's it. And Greg got his name from his parents.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for Clint. Since you do autographs, so when you take a pop to get it autographed, you take the whole pop, or you take it out and flatten the card or flatten the box?
The whole thing.
Whole thing.
I mean, like I take it in a protector because I'm a collector of memorabilia. So like I want like my action figure, like the actual. It doesn't matter if it's just like a figure. Like I want it pristine because I'm kind of obsessive about my packaging.
Right.
So I collect. I want that pristine. So yeah, like if it's pops or records or anything that I want signed, I take it in a protector, in a hard case, in something so it goes in perfect shape, comes back in perfect shape. I mean, like I take the best pens I can to get it signed, with the best paint pens I have. I'm picky because if it comes to my collection, my stuff, I'm picky. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying we should not ship pops that we care about in bags?
No, negative.
Okay. All right. Well,
Negative.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. I made a video on how to ship Funko Pops like last year, and it was complete parody. Like it was a complete joke. What it was.
What about bags with bubbles inside?
Well, if it's got bubble wrap, that's okay.
It's
I
a
guess.
different sport.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Now I was actually so Pop King Paul had a Game of Thrones mystery box like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks, whatever it was. And I was like on board. I was like, I'm gonna get this. And it sold out in like I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever it was. And then I looked at it, and it was only one pop in the entire set that I was missing, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to buy that box. I'll get something else later on. So I was kind of thinking to myself, we were going to have this discussion, and I would talk about mystery boxes and collecting and that kind of stuff. At what point, when you see like something shared, like you're going to, and Clint, you buy mystery boxes too, so at what point do you see like what's offered? Do you decide whether or not you're going to pull the trigger on that or not? And we'll go with Paul first. What do you think, man? Is it like I saw 3 out of 100 that I really like, I want a chance to get, or what is it? Or do you just buy them and don't think about it?
No, honestly, I don't buy a lot of mystery boxes, but if I do, I think for me it's price point and pops pictured. I don't like to buy mystery boxes if the pops available aren't pictured, just because, I mean, to me, if you're buying that, it's like you're going in blind. You don't know what you're going to get. You know, I mean, anybody can say there's going to be 100 grails in this drop, but I'm not going to show you any pictures of them, but I promise you there's going to be 100 grails.
Right.
And then you get it, and you get like a $40 pop and a couple $15 pops. And, you know, it's like, well, did anybody really get the grails, and what were the grails, and where did they end up? You know, so that's why I started posting pictures of mine. I mean, not that I was ever dishonest, but I just wanted people to see, hey, just like with the Game of Thrones and the Disney, this is what you're going to get. Right. Like, you buy this box, you're getting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pops out of this. That's it. There's not going to be any mystery pops. There's not going to be any, hey, what's this? You know, so I think that's how I'm going to do it from now on. I didn't take a picture of every single DC Marvel pop that I just did, just because I had so many. And I was actually sick for a couple days, and then like real sick. And so it kind of got pushed back a little bit, and I was just trying to get it out there. And I just kind of snapped a few pictures of, you know, some of the top pulls, some of the better pulls, and then just some more, you know, random picks. But I mean, I think everybody knows by now with mine, you know, I don't really send commons. I don't really send new stuff you can get in the store. Like, there's other companies out there that do that, and that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy those, but with mine, I like to focus on the older stuff, the harder to find stuff, the vaulted stuff, the grails, like especially newer collectors, because I get a ton of messages from newer collectors, and they're like, man, I missed out on such and such, or I didn't start collecting until 6 months ago. I wish I could have got that, 2015 SDCC, whatever, or, so I try to focus on that and put that out there, just because to me, if people are going to spend $200 or $300 or even $100, in my opinion, I mean, if I was, I would rather have stuff like that, than stuff I can just drive down to Hot Topic and grab myself.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree. Shout out to Magoo Fitzfarter, #1 for having an awesome YouTube name. That's a pretty cool name. And for the $5 super chat, thank you. And Seamus as well. Magoo says he loves the Funko bad guy. So
who does?
shout out to him. And then Seamus says, holy hell, we got a Jedha, a Hunter, a King, and a Funko bad guy all in one stream.
We could start some kind of clique.
We could figure something out. I don't know. That's very cool, Clint. So I know you unbox mystery boxes and pallets and all that kind of stuff. So on the Funko side of it, how do you decide which boxes you're gonna buy and which ones you're gonna pass on? Do you have like an internal rule, or what you got?
Mine are strictly based on video content, because I don't collect Funko Pops. Like, I don't buy them to build a collection. There's lots of companies that I've never purchased from, just because I look at what's available and I'm just like, man, that would be a boring video. It doesn't matter what I pull out. There's nothing that I can kind of pump up and make it seem cool. Like, oh man, look, man, it's just not there. So I buy strictly for video content.
There you go.
And like I've said that like a million times, that's why I buy mystery boxes for the Funko Pops.
Yeah, and people watch those videos, man.
Yeah,
they love them.
And like with toy USA, one reason why I buy a bunch of theirs isn't because I make a ton back on theirs, because I usually lose on theirs. It's because of the possibility of getting that big hit out where it's an awesome video with that huge clickbait title with that huge big poll of OMG, I got a huge grail, and boom, the video goes viral and it does great. Right. And it brings up all of my videos get brought up with that. I mean, so it's all based on, I buy based on the video content. So, I mean, if it's just a mystery box that's $30, common pops, low end exclusives, it's just not for me. That's just being honest.
No, that's what we want here.
My boxes.
Yeah, we definitely want.
Yeah,
I understand that, because now mystery boxes in general, people eat those things up. I mean, they just do. They eat them up, and they love those things. And when there's a chance for a grail, that's even better. And I think people like to watch you lose as well. I think that's a thing. I think that's a thing. I spent $12,000. I got 500. I'm an idiot. Thank you. Watch my video. I think people like that.
Read the comments where people are like, "You're so stupid. You spent $300. You lost half your money. You're so dumb. You're an idiot. You keep buying them and blah blah blah." I'm like, "But you keep watching them. That's why I keep buying them.
Exactly.
Because you keep watching them."
Exactly. Now, so what about you, Mr. Greg? What are your rules? You don't buy as many. Well, I'll take it back. You buy more than you probably think.
I buy a lot of mystery boxes. Now, I have yet to go into the high-end mystery boxes yet. I mean, I think the most I've ever spent on mystery boxes around $50. I've yet to go past that. I do like giving newer companies a shot at mystery boxes, just to see. I just enjoy mystery boxes.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're going really, to your collection, though.
Yeah,
you're still building a collection.
Well, my big thing is, and I know that a lot of times it's commons and stuff. The last mystery box I got 4 pops that are not in anything in my collection, and these are 4 pops that I never really thought about picking up. But after looking at them, I thought these are pretty cool pops, and a lot of times they make it on the toy wheel for a giveaway. And so a lot of times I'll use them for my photography. You know, I'll find something neat to do with it, but I just like mystery boxes. And I get to wear the mystery goggles when I do mystery boxes.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny you said. And Clint said something earlier that he buys mystery boxes for the clickbait title to get the views, because I don't know if you guys saw my video yesterday and my video today. I got so many comments about clickbait title, clickbait blah 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 whatever. But you know what? People watch it. That's right. And included in yesterday's video, there was a lot of freaking good content and instruction and educational stuff for people that if I had not titled it the way I titled it, they wouldn't have learned it. They wouldn't have learned it. They might be making mistakes. So, and that's the game YouTube want. That's the game, isn't it, Clint?
Yep.
That's the game. And you can, and I keep telling people, and I have discussions with other YouTubers about this. You can have the most beautifully cinematic edited video. You can have the best audio. You can have the best content in the video, and it can be beautiful. You can have freaking J.J. Abrams make you a video, okay? And you can direct it and have superstars in it. If nobody clicks on it, none of it matters.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Title, thumbnail is everything.
That's it.
That's everything. Title and thumbnail.
Now, I will tell you, if the video sucks, they're not going to come back and they're not going to subscribe. All right? So that's the thing. And that's fair. That's 100% fair. Like, don't subscribe if you don't like it. No problem. But the fact is, when they got those little video thumbnails on the side or the next suggested video or whatever, if it doesn't catch your eye in 3 seconds, you're done. You're moving on. So... yeah, so all the people who put in my comment yesterday, clickbait title, unsubscribe, and clickbait, I'm like, you know what? That's how YouTube wants, and that's the thing. That's what YouTube wants. That's how the game's played. So unfortunately, that's how it goes, which sucks. It sucks, but I wish it was merely based on content, but it's not. It's not. So if you do 20,000, for example, I'll throw this example. If you had a $20,000 mystery box series, that's a clickbait title all day long, every day. Is it not?
That is
Yes,
clickbait.
it is.
100% clickbait. 100%
Yeah.
clickbait.
I click on them every time.
So,
I mean, that'll grow your channel by thousands very, very quickly.
yeah, which is fine.
Very-
You know, I don't care if you clickbait a video. I've clicked on. I don't care. I don't take it personally. I've noticed some people in the comment section take it personally. They're like, "You tricked me." I'm like, you didn't have to watch the entire 20-minute video. You could have just gone somewhere else.
It's a free video. You didn't pay to watch the video. It's free.
Exactly. So, you know, I've gotten past the taking comments personally. I laugh at them. I don't really care. I put them on Instagram just because it's fun. But my feelings don't get hurt. I promise. We're good.
I just think it's funny when people say they tricked you, but have they never watched a politician run for office? That is clickbait every time they're on the TV.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. It's I don't even whatever. So anyways, I've got the mods in the chat kind of feed me questions as they see them. Some good. So if you have some good questions out there in chat, and the mods are gonna they're gonna forward them to me in our chats here. So the question. All right. So Paul, what kind of videos do you watch other than Jedha Patrol videos? What else do you watch? Obviously.
Honestly, I'll say starting out, I actually did watch you starting out along, like when you first start. That's just honest truth. I'm not just saying that.
Okay.
Then
You
I
can say
also
you've never
did
seen
watch-
my videos too. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, okay?
No. I swear, I promise. I started watching you like way back. But I also watched Popcorn Flicks, obviously.
Yep.
Then I actually started watching the Funko Bad Guy, and to be honest, and this is nothing against you, man. At first, I wasn't sure about you. I was like, man, I don't know about this guy. But you know, it's like after I started watching more videos, I was like, oh, he's not a bad dude. He seems pretty cool. Then I started watching more. Started going back watching your older stuff. You know, then we started talking, and man, you're cool as hell to me. So, you know, I try to watch a lot of the newer channels too, just to, you know, because they support me, so I support them. 2 Peas in a Pop, Funko Pack, Mystery Pop Theater, the Luau, Sean Ryan. I mean, I watch a lot of them.
There's a lot.
I mean, everybody kind of has their stick, so I like to watch a variety. I like to watch, you know, a lot of different ones just to see, you know, what they're doing. Most of them do mystery boxes, but some of them do other stuff. Like I was telling Clint, I've actually been going back and watching a lot of his pallet videos because I'd never seen them before, and I enjoy those. You know,
I enjoy those. I enjoy the far out of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are crazy. Like especially like the video games and the electronics and all that kind of stuff. And I love when he gets something that's kind of nasty and he doesn't want to touch it.
Yes. When there's hair in it or something.
He's like, oh, I see earwax. Oh, I have phobias.
The look on his face is priceless. When he's like looking at it, goes, "Is that hair? That's hair."
Yeah.
He's
Like, oh yeah, this is used. Somebody probably trimmed their nose with this. I can't sell it. Oh.
Nasty.
I like the one I saw. Maybe it was last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. It might have been an old video. It showed up in my list. I don't know. I just watched it, and you said it happened often where people just like buy a back of like 10 batteries and they just take like 2 of them out and return the rest because that's what they needed.
That's quite common.
People are savage, man. They do it with action figures all the time. In my video I posted today, it was a Captain Marvel from the new movie release, and they put an old Captain Marvel figure in the package and returned it. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think people are innately good, no. it's just
Buy some pallets.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Pass.
I'd like
real
to
quick,
see a video from him on getting the pallets.
I think he had one, didn't he?
I don't know. You mean
I don't know if I've
where
ever
he
seen
picks
one
them up?
from. Yeah, like all the back end stuff.
Well, I got a pallet of mystery boxes we can sell you.
You got a pallet of domes.
I do have a pallet of, no joke. I'm not even kidding. I've got them sitting right here. I got some domes. Anybody need some domes? Got some domes. I got some Spider-Man Far From Home domes. I got some wrestling domes. What else? Oh yeah, I got some Toy Story 4 domes.
You can build a dome fort.
I got a dome, and I've got 4 more cases sitting over there. Anyways, domes.
Who makes those? Like, what company?
Jazzwares.
Okay.
They make the Fortnite action figures, a pile of them, but they also make these, and these are actually pretty cool. The Toy Story ones I'm actually excited about because I love Toy Story. So we'll do some videos on there at some point. But
I think
I've bought my share of mystery boxes from people myself, and my rules are. I made a video on the rules on what to look for, so watch that video. And I even did my own mystery box like a month or so ago, and I followed my own rules. Right, I got everything out of the extra room that I wanted to move. I took a photo of it. Like, this is everything you're gonna get. This is how much it is. I shipped it all priority, which I probably didn't really have to do, but I did. And in the middle of that, I actually sold a pop. Now check this out. I sold a pop. It was a New York Comic Con exclusive Harry Potter pop. It was a Boggart as Snape, like a $60 pop, right?
Oh yeah.
So I sold it for $60 ship. I shipped it priority. I had it in a 0.5 pop protector. I had bubble wrapped box. The whole thing, shipped it. Arrived utterly destroyed. Just crushed. Terrible. Bad.
Yep.
And I had it insured, priority mail, the whole thing. I had it all insured. And honestly, I was so busy, I didn't have time to mess with the stupid post office about that. I just refunded the guy's money. I was just like, here, go you. Because I just didn't have time. And but I know if I got something like that, I'd be pretty ticked off. And he was very kind about it. But I just felt like it was the right thing to do. Like, I shipped something and it got destroyed. No matter how well I packaged it, I just refunded the guy the money and said, keep it, have a nice day, and moved on down the road. I was out the pop. I was out the $60. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
well, that actually
that happens with shipping, though. I mean,
oh yeah, we lost Clint.
That happened to me on one of my guy got a Game of Thrones box from me. He got the Hound, I think Glow in the Dark White Walker, and something else. And of course, the Hound and the Glow in the Dark. Or is it Glow in the Dark Night King? Yeah, maybe it's Glow in the Dark Night King. The GameStop.
Yeah, Night King.
Yeah, there you go. So, of course, both of those were in the corner that took the hit. And I don't know if you've ever tried to do claims with UPS, but it is a total nightmare. Total nightmare.
No, I haven't tried.
Yeah, they want proof showing what you paid for the items. They want receipts. They want everything. And I'm like, well, I can't provide that because this came from a collection I bought from somebody. So basically, yeah, it just got to be a headache. So I just asked the guy, I said, hey, since they're not totally destroyed, I was like, what would do you want to send them back for a full refund, partial refund? And he was like, no, they're not horrible, which they weren't. It just, it was enough force to go through the box, through the pop protector, and a little bit on the pop.
Right. And,
just like a pinch. And, I shot him $100 back, and he was like, man, that's more than you had to. And I was just like, well, it's, it happens, but, like you said, I felt like I needed to do something.
Right.
And,
it's called good customer service.
Well, it's called protecting your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to shipping, like, I got this box from Shumi, and it's bad looking. and Neopak's great.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is all USPS right here. I hadn't opened this yet, so
yeah. Well, so that gives me to, and Clint lost power, so he'll rejoin here in just a little bit, guys. Whenever he gets his router rebooted, he messaged me.
He's back.
Oh, he's already back?
Yep. I'm here.
Oh, there he is. All right, so let me hold on.
I like this. It's got the blurred background.
Yeah, he's all fancy. Now I got. Hold on. I got to. I got to get fancy. I got to turn this monitor on, but I need to add like a fourth monitor. Here's what I need to do. Let me 1 second here. Hold on. You go there. All right, he's back. All right. My rigged up setup I got going on here. All right, he's back. Yeah, he's got the man. That is fancy. He got the blur background.
That's fancy.
What is blurred?
You get,
Oh, it looks good.
you know how the iPhone has portrait mode? That's what it looks like.
This is just my MacBook that I'm using.
Yeah, it's Skype. No, it's a Skype thing.
Oh,
you're fine. Yeah,
You got a cinematic effect.
I took the mystery boxes that I did. I did 50 of them because I was like, that's all I can handle. I don't know how you guys do hundreds of. I don't even understand. I did 50 of them. I took photos of them. I lined them up. I boxed them up before anybody even knew I was doing a mystery box. They were already boxed. They were done.
Yep.
And then I was posting them up there and said, "Here you go." And literally, I sold out in 2 days. And because I didn't put it on Instagram, it was just in our Facebook group. I didn't post it anywhere. If I put it on Instagram, it probably would have sold out in an hour. But that's fine. I don't really care. But it worked out okay, and I'll probably do another one sometime soon. I don't know. I don't really have any plans for it, but I've noticed a trend with the YouTube community. Like every YouTuber's got their own mystery box thing going on right now. And as long as they do it well and they think about it, rock on, man. Make it happen.
I have one. It's on the toy wheel.
You do? Oh, nice. Nice.
That's my limit right now.
Nice. Let's see here. Fair Game Studios in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Recently, someone got a box lunch anti-venom from me. Damaged. I had them send it back and sent them PPG for it. See that? There you go. Hook it up, man. Hook it up.
Yep.
All right. Well, let me get back to these questions. Let's go there. Kent has a question. Mystery box. You guys ever buy mystery boxes on eBay?
never.
No,
I bought
Never.
one.
I don't do the eBay or Amazon mystery box. I'm not saying you can't get anything good, but I just
Don't like
I
the
don't know.
odds.
Not my cup of tea. Yeah.
Yep. What is the best pull? What is the best? I don't understand that question. That English doesn't work. That's not good. Yeah, I don't understand. Christina Payne, help me out with that translation, please.
So I got a question for Paul.
Boom, go for
All
it.
right.
So, start to finish, what is your total timeline from beginning to end of doing your mystery boxes? From thought process through completion, how long does it usually take you to put all the wheels in motion and to completion?
Well, usually that's why I just do them on weekends, because during the week I work nights. So it's kind of hard for me to do anything during the week. So I'm actually off on Fridays and Saturdays, and then Sundays I actually work during the day. It's jacked up. But so usually what I'll do is I like to answer people that I get a lot of questions. Hey, do this theme, do this, so I got the Game of, I took a vote actually. I took a vote for Game of Thrones and Disney, and it was so neck and neck. I just happened to get a bunch of both in. So the Game of Thrones actually came first, and then the Disney came. So basically I was just doing the theme of, I decided, all right, I'll do Game of Thrones theme. So I got the Game of Thrones pops, went through all of them, looked at how many grails I had, decided on a good price point. And that's another thing with me, like, I'm not trying to make a killing off everybody. I try to give fair prices compared to the pops that are in the run. Like if I have a lot of grails or if it's lower, that's why the Marvel DC box was a little cheaper, just because, you could still get an almost $200 pop, but I didn't have any $300, $400, $500, $600 pops in there. So I wasn't going to do more than like $100. I was like, and I've been getting a lot of requests for cheaper boxes. So usually what I'll do is I'll take all the pops out, look at what I have into it, and come up with a fair price point. Then I'll start boxing them up, and then I'll, slap the fragile stickers on them, get them all taped up, line them up, take a picture, post that on Instagram. So usually that's what I do on Friday and Saturday. So it's about a two day deal.
So what leads up? So you get to the point to where you're doing the actual production work. Prior to that, I would assume you have to be thinking a month or two ahead or weeks ahead for the next thing. It's like a constant leapfrog of the next thing you're wanting to do, and then you have to get the pops, and you have to source everything and this and that. So I guess that's where I was going with it. It must be a pretty busy process.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I've contemplated just doing this, but I know this is going to end sometime, and I have a pretty decent job. I'm in a good position at my job. So plus I have 2 kids and I need the security, need the insurance, all that kind of stuff. So I would never just stop that just to do something with toys. But I mean, it takes up a lot of my weekend. So I try to, I mean, I've actually gotten a lot faster now, I guess, just because I've been doing it for a while. So I've been able to speed up the process a little bit, but I'm constantly, you know, I mean, the wheels are constantly spinning. Like I'm always thinking, okay, what will the next theme be? You know, and I'm constantly, you know, I'm on looking to buy people's collections and, you know, and stuff like that. And then I kind of base it off what they have too, like what I'm getting in. See, like next weekend, or I guess it would be this weekend coming up now, it's going to be just random, various, and there's going to be some big grails in there. I'll tell everybody now, there's going to be some big grails available.
Are you going to have the one I found today, the custom Mufasa in there?
Yes, but
if you're going to have that one, I'm in. I'm in.
Right.
If it's not in there, I'm not buying it.
Okay. Well, I may be able to one up that one. So okay. We'll, you know, right. I'm gonna have a scar from the OG set that looks like that. So just to let everybody know.
I have Scar.
Scar's an awesome pop.
I don't have a faceless Scar, if that's what you're saying. I don't have that one, but that'd be pretty awesome. So yeah, I would think if you're going to be now, here's the thing about this: the mystery boxes. In order to be profitable on a mystery box, you've got to buy a collection. You can't be buying them at retail. That's a loser. So you got to be buying collections. You got to be buying collections at a discount in order to get, you know, a profit on that thing. So there's some back end work that's got to go in because you got to buy the flipping things right first. I imagine you're not going on eBay buying them and then sell them because you would make no money. It wouldn't work.
No. And to be honest, I have people that come to me because, like, here in my area, everybody comes to me. If anybody's selling pops, they ask me first. If anybody needs pops, they ask me first. But everybody knows I do the mystery boxes now, which some people were, you know, kind of upset or whatever. But I don't know. There's just too much drama around in my Funko area, community, whatever you want to call it.
There is no drama in Funko land, Paul. What are you talking about? Funko has no drama in it whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Well, because I used to do shows with a buddy of mine. We used to do shows at a local hotel. We rented out the whole, you know, kind of like banquet hall room, whatever you want to call it. And we would do shows like every other weekend. And I mean, they were awesome. They were fun. But man, doing those, you think mystery boxes is a lot of work? Doing those shows, I was wore out. So, and to me, it seemed like that was taking up almost all of my weekend because, you know, you got to set up, starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes till 5. Then you got to take everything down, pack everything up that you didn't sell.
Right.
So, yeah, it just kind of got crazy. But
right, I got a question for you, and you don't have to answer this, but I'm gonna throw it out there. If you sell over the course of a year, say 1,400 mystery boxes, just throwing a number out there, random, whatever. You have to report that income, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
You have to report. Let's say you had 1,400 boxes at $75 a piece, whatever it is, $100,000. You'd have to report that income, right? Because that's income. That would count, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that was just a question. That was a side question.
Yeah, that is a type of income.
I'm just, yes, you know. I mean, if you sold 5, whatever. If you sold 5 pops on eBay, probably not a big deal. They probably don't even care.
I put it to you here, like in the state of Tennessee, anything less than $3,600, you don't have to report. Anything over $3,600, you have to report it as income.
Gotcha. Well, I will tell you that. Paul said there was drama in the Funko community, which is completely false. There's no such thing. That's not even a thing. That's right. But I will tell you, for those of you hot toy collectors out there, it's got its own set of drama as well. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you're collecting coins or you're collecting pins or hot figures, there's drama everywhere. So whatever it is. The question, here's the thing: if you do the right thing, you don't have to worry about it. That's it. That's it. Just do the right thing. Now, look at all these people. They're like, yes, it is reportable income. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to ask Clint, your favorite style of video to do? Do you have one like you actually look forward to the most? Or, I'll throw it out there. What do you like?
Favorite style of video? Well, most of mine are pretty much the same style.
Yeah,
I just sit and I record. The ones I hate the most doing is the easiest is vlogging. I hate vlogging with a deep passion. I've never liked vlogging because I used to be a purely like a sneaker based channel, and people used to want me to go out and do like mall vlogs. Like when it was like a big sneaker day, they would want me to go around the city to malls and see if the malls were sold out of the hot sneaker, and they'd want to. I'm like, man, I hate doing the sneaker mall vlogs. But like 3-4 years ago, that's what was popping on YouTube was the mall vlogs. So I just suck it up and I just go and do them, and I loathed every single one. So to this day, that's what I hate doing is vlogging. So what was your question again?
Which ones do you hate doing? Least favorite. I think you've answered it though very well. That's good. Is it because you didn't like walking around the mall with a phone or camera or whatever, or you didn't like the editing part of it, or just the whole thing? Because some people feel awkward doing that in public, which is completely understandable.
Not that it's awkward, because like I just vlogged the Indie PopCon like a month ago, and I carried my whole big Panasonic GH5S with the camera or with the microphone mount and a big tripod around the whole time, and like it wasn't like a big deal.
Well, at a con, they kind of expect you to be weird, so that's all right.
Yeah. And I mean, and like I'll do some small vlogs like at a liquidation warehouse if it's like part of like my sponsorship that I have with the company. But I mean, like it's not that big of a. It's not that I don't like having a camera around people. It's just the fact that I guess I really don't. I just don't like vlogging and trying to be. I can't really explain it.
That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to do it. We're not going to force you to do it.
but your question was like what style do I like the best? Is just the videos that are usually the ones that do the best for me are the ones that are the easiest to do. The ones that I don't really put much work into, the ones that I usually just sit down where I'm like, I'm just going to unbox this really fast, and it's usually the ones that I think that are just going to be just those are usually the ones that go viral, and that do the best, and those are usually the most fun ones.
Yep,
seems like because they're the most real ones.
Yeah, because you're honestly reacting to whatever happened.
Yeah.
Clint, I got something to help you with your daily vlogging videos.
Oh,
It's a Greg Cook custom GoPro hat. You just mount your GoPro, wear it on your head, and you just walk around and no cameras in your hand or anything.
You can't even tell. Like it just blends in.
Yeah, it's completely conspicuous. You
hey, but funny thing though is I got a good photo of Ryan and Ray Park because of my GoPro that I had on my backpack when they told everybody to put their phones away. My GoPro was still running.
Story.
GoPros have their place in this world.
Oh yeah. Which I don't own a GoPro. I do not own one, but I need to buy one.
I don't own one either. I'm looking at some other gear, but that ain't one of them. Paul, Seamus would like to know DC or Marvel.
100% Marvel. I'm honestly not a big DC guy.
Take that, Seamus. Get out of here.
I do.
That's
now.
Such a loaded question.
Yeah, as far as pops go, I do have 2 Batman pops that I really love. I like the Zur&R Batman and the Funkoween Batman, the one that's looks like a candy corn.
Right.
I love those. I think they're awesome looking. 2 of my favorite I mean, I know they're not worth a whole lot, but two of my favorite pops. But character-wise and just, I mean, coolness factor, I got to go with Marvel.
Yeah, like Marvel's got this bad boy right here. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dead Marvel right there. So, I'm surprised this one's not over $100. I'm shocked.
I think it'll get there. The one with the ECC sticker, I think, is like sitting at like 105 maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
If you have the opportunity to get this one, I would get it now. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, because it's
might
already
be 40, 50 bucks. I don't even know what it is, but
I think it's 65 right now.
Doesn't
Talking
matter.
about
Regardless, it doesn't really compare to this guy.
Oh,
Woo! That's when we start getting in trouble. When we start talking about these. What is this side? That's my passion right there. I freaking love these things. I like a good deal too. So I was at Barnes and Noble yesterday, and they had 50% off. So I bought some freaking Marvel Legends because I love a good deal, and I love nerd stuff. So what else do you guys collect? I know obviously shoes. You guys collect? You collect. Clint collects subscribers and views, so that's good. What do you collect, Paul? Anything other than pops?
Right now, not really. When I was younger, me and my dad, we did the whole sports card thing. I was big into. He used to take me to card shows and get autographs, and I've got a ton of autographed sports memorabilia. Most of it I got rid of. Not all the autograph stuff, but most of it, which I kind of wish I had that back. But yeah, I would say just pretty much like sports stuff. I'm a big Auburn fan, so anything that has to do with Auburn. I'm a Chiefs fan, so anything that has to do with the Chiefs. But I'm a big sports guy, so I like I like sports collectibles. I just don't have a whole lot of them. But yeah, I'd say number one's definitely pops. And then I got they're not really mine, but my son's into the NECA figures and the Mezco, so we got a few of those.
Gotcha.
Haven't done the hot toys yet, but the more pictures I see of them, I'm chomping at the bit to get one.
don't do it. Don't do it.
They're
Don't
dangerous.
I know.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
We've had chats about that. I know Greg collects everything he sees, so I know what he collects. Clint, what about you?
I collect firearms.
Ooh.
Because
I knew I liked you.
I'm a veteran, so most veterans were enthusiasts of the firearm category.
Right.
So, I've got, the last time I counted, I used to have more, but I sold some. I've got, 12, 13 firearms. So, I like shooting. It's a fun sport, safety first.
Absolutely.
So, I collect firearms, sneakers, autographs. That's pretty much it, actually. Those three.
Good. Well, that's good to know. I used to collect shoes, not sneakers. I used to collect high-end dress shoes. That's what I used to collect. I was in a different business where you had the whole suit and tie thing, the whole thing. So I was like, so I spent some money on some shoes. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm like I've got a buddy of mine who works at a sneaker joint, and we work out at the gym occasionally, and he's like, dude, I can hook you up with these Kanye's or whatever the hell they call them. I don't even know. This, that, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm coming to the gym. I just bought like a $30 pair at Ross. I'm good. I don't care. And he's like, yeah, but you can get them in this lime green. And I was like, do I look like somebody who wears lime green shoes? Nope, I'm not. But he absolutely loves them things. He's all about them. And I know there's a lot of people that are, which is cool. But I'm not that guy. Seamus says, hit the like button, people, or else he's going to put everybody in timeout. So.
Got like 311 people in here.
Yeah. Very cool. Greg, you got any questions for these guys? I'm going to scan this chat. Let's see here.
I'm gonna pretty much throw the same style of question to Clint. So you're big into the Amazon pallets, this and that. Is this a process that you're like constantly, like daily, reaching out to Amazon, or weekly, monthly? Is it something that you're just, you have to keep on top of it, I'm assuming, to get the good stuff or even get stuff?
You don't buy from them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, in order to buy direct from them, you have to have very, very deep pockets and contracts that go into the millions of dollars a month. I mean, there's only a select few liquidators in the country that actually buy direct from them, and so like I buy from the people who buy from them. Like one of the companies, they get like 30 some like semi truck loads a month from Amazon of just pallets, and like they've got like $1 million contract every single month. And I mean, my pockets aren't that deep, you know what I'm saying? So like you have to buy through a liquidator, like a middleman. So, but then a lot of the middlemans will charge very, very high prices. So you've got to find the better middlemen to buy from, and that's kind of like half the battle with pallet flipping is finding the middlemen that don't overcharge. Because a lot of people, they'll reach out to me like, hey, I live in Tennessee and I found a warehouse in Nashville. They're charging $800 a pallet. Is that a good price? No, because I mean half the stuff's going to be used or damaged, so they're pretty much charging you full price of what you're going to get out of it. And because a liquidator, I guess little knowledge I'm about to drop, a liquidator pays about 5% of MSRP per pallet is what they pay. They don't pay much. So like my goal is to find a liquidator who charges between 10 to 20% to people like me. So like they don't gouge the next step. So they got to
get 100% back. You're not going to get MSRP back on whatever.
Never. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, like the whole thing has to be brand new and stock that people actually want. If you want full price back, which that's impossible because half the stuff is going to be, like Halloween costumes from last year. I mean, you can't move that stuff for full price in June,
Right. And if something came in like a damaged box, you wouldn't expect that to go for over retail or close to retail. You discount it some.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's new damaged box, you have to knock off, depending on the item, the rarity of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. A rare toothbrush.
You might have to knock off 30% of PPG or eBay value, depending on the condition of the packaging. But yeah. If it's new damage, you can't get full price no matter what.
Well, I found that odd because I released a video today, and I was at Target, and they had a Janet Van Dyne Funko Pop that had at least 17 creases. Like, I didn't count them, but it was a lot. And then I dropped it. So I figured that when I dropped it and put another dent in it, that the price actually increased. I was all wrong on that. I don't know what I was thinking. So I was wrong. But
So do you have
I'm still learning, guys. Still learning.
Do you have a brick and mortar store? Or do you do it all out of your house or a storage building? Or
many platforms. I sell eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Locally, I do have several spots that I sell at. I do not advertise any platform that I sell at anywhere, just because.
That's what I noticed about you.
Yeah,
it's like
I do not advertise. I mean, should I? Yes. I mean, because of my online presence, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I should.
You don't really want visitors, though.
But I choose not to because of a lot of my trolls and backlash that I get. I never started the YouTube as a way to advertise reselling. Like the YouTube was actually for my sneaker collection. You know what I'm saying? Several years ago, and it just transformed over time into what it is now. So it was never about advertising businesses. So I mean, I choose not to openly say my eBay account is this, go buy this.
Right.
And,
see, that's the thing that fascinates me about you from beginning of watching your videos is like one of the first things I thought of. Here's a guy that's buying all these pallets and he's selling all this stuff, and literally I have no idea how to buy it. That was so fascinating to me because when you see, it's almost you did right the opposite of what a lot of people would think you would do.
Yeah.
And you're successful at it. That's the great thing about it. It's like you don't really advertise yourself as far as where to go get it. It's just, I got all this cool stuff and I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I'm doing it is honestly, it's stupid. I mean, it's stupid,
But it works.
yeah. But
well,
like,
at some point, though, you gotta. It's a personal decision. You got. It's certainly not a business decision. It's a personal decision.
personal.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
But like, if you wanted to buy my cell phone, and like I still had it, then you could just email me and say, Clint, I want to buy your cell phone. I live in Tennessee. Then I'd say, cool. I send you PayPal goods and services always. I send you an invoice, for $250 plus shipping, actual shipping charge, and then I send it to you. And that's how I sell to viewers who want to buy from me, without saying this is my eBay, this is my Amazon. Like, you can buy from me. It's just I don't say these are my platforms.
Right.
That's
You're
just
not
how
saying come meet me at the Chick-fil-A on the corner.
But a lot of people, I'd probably say not a lot, maybe 20 or 25 actually have found me on eBay, because they purchased from me and they figured it out, and not one person has exposed me yet. Everybody has always, because I asked them, I say, please don't spread around that you figured out what my eBay was, and every single person so far has said, I won't tell anybody. So I appreciate the people who figured it out haven't been, I figured out what his eBay was.
Yeah.
And there's been a few people locally who figured out where I sell in person in one of my stores, and like they met me there and, hey, your franchise kicks. I'm like, yes, thank you. And I'm like, I always say, would you please not tell people this is where I sell at? Oh yeah, sure. Nobody has ever exposed me, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
That's just a sign of respect for who you are.
Nobody has ever exposed me, so I appreciate that.
You're like a witness protection program.
It's sometimes it can, like, so Greg and I, we're going to Atlanta Comic-Con with Kent, and Josh Pence is going to be there. Big Dub. We got a bunch of people going down there at Atlanta Comic-Con. And there'll be people out there who are shopping. They'll come up and say hey to us. We'll take photos with them, that kind of stuff, which is fine. I'm down for that. I told the guys here, I went and ordered a burrito for lunch. Like, I was just going to pick something up to eat, to bring home, let dogs out, that kind of stuff. I ordered it, got the bag, walked out the door, came home, and on the bag, on like the paper bag, it said, keep up the great content, Jedha. It was on the burrito wrapper, and I'm going, because I have no idea who wrote that. No idea. And I'm like, can I still eat here? And it wasn't. It was weird. Like, to get home, it was neat, but at the same time, it was kind of weird because I have no idea who wrote it. I'd almost rather somebody come up and say, just shake my hand and say hey to me. I'd almost rather that, because then at least I know what it is. Now I didn't like. I don't know who this person is, and I'm sure they were very nice people. I don't know who they were, but it was just weird. So that's it. Greg's had people come up to him in Atlanta, I think. Last time it was Atlanta. So it's kind of interesting. Pop King Paul, you don't really throw your face out all that much, so I don't know if that's happened to you.
Not really. I mean, here where I'm from, obviously, I get people who know who I am and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sure it's not like y'all, because I don't do YouTube and I don't have a channel and all that. So
and I don't recommend it.
Pretty much, it's pretty much just around here. I mean, around here, everybody pretty much, like I said, I get tons of messages a day on Instagram and Facebook, and especially if it's people around here. But like I said, pretty much they all know that I just do mystery boxes now, but they still try to buy pops from me, or hey man, can you get me this? I really need this. And if I can get it, I'll do it.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Well, very cool, man. Very cool.
There
was a question in here. Hold on. Are you going to be doing an anime box?
Ooh.
I'm getting a lot of requests for those. I'm working on a Dragon Ball Z. So if it is strictly anime themed, it's probably going to be more Dragon Ball Z, just because I am talking to somebody right now who wants to sell all their Dragon Ball pops. So if I do it, it's more than likely just going to be Dragon Ball. I haven't really gotten a lot of requests for anime. The most have been probably the 3 that I just did: the Game of Thrones, Disney, and the Marvel DC. So here lately, here lately, I've been getting a lot of, hey, can you do ad icons, or hey, can you do some crazy $1,000 Grail box? And I'm like, I'm not gonna do a $1,000 box just because, there might be a handful of people maybe that might get it, but I'd rather save, most of those pops and do like maybe a $200 box or a $100 box or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, from a business standpoint, it makes sense to have a larger audience that may spend $100 than it would have spend a smaller audience that's going to spend $500. You have a wider net to cast out there, because this one might not have the $100 now, but these 45 people do, and that kind of thing. So from a business sense, it makes a lot more sense. And that was interesting, Clint, what you said about the resellers of the pallets, that there was a middleman in the middle of that. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
I just figured you went and bought them. So that's
what I thought. I thought you just had like truck, trailer, pulled up, loaded it up, brought it home.
I can picture him on the Storage Wars show, right? Like bidding up the storage pallet, that kind of thing. That's kind of had it in my head. That's what I saw. I'm sure it's nowhere near like that. It's not even close, but that's just what I thought. So.
There are places like that where you bid on the pallets like that, but you're buying it from a middleman who has the contracts, who buy the semi-truck loads. But not like an Amazon warehouse where you go in and do it that way. There's always a middleman.
Sizzle Jones had a good question for Clint. Have you seen a decrease in sales for Funko, or increase being you resell?
In the past 6 to 8 months, decrease in sales in Funko Pops. Decrease.
I can see that. I've bought less.
Decrease in interest, especially in higher priced ones. My low-end common pops are still selling decently. Just the low-end, cheap, damaged Funko Pops. Of course, I sell them cheap, like half of PPG, because that's all they're worth whenever they're damaged, and they're commons. And but like the high-end ones, they're getting harder to move. In my opinion, they're just like, if I have ones that are like $200 and up, I might be able to move like one a month or so. Oh, wow. Personally, but they will sell, but the market is just, at least locally here, it's shrinking.
Oh wow,
it's shrinking.
I find it interesting because I can throw up I call it Jedha Outlet on Instagram. I'll put 25 up for sale randomly just whenever I feel like it. And the ones that sell like the fastest, that I get the most messages about, are the ones that are $100 and up. Like this is
really?
I couldn't have enough of them. They're gone. Paul, you know what I mean? If it's like $25, people will buy them. Don't get me wrong, people want them, and I don't have any problem moving them. But the ones that are $100 and up, you'll see. My Instagram's like, it's just flooded. It's crazy. And if it breaks like $200-$300, it's even worse. It just. And it might be just because of the audience I have, Instagram, YouTube. It might be that. I don't know. I think my viewer base is different than maybe some other YouTubers. Like Top Pops, for example, got 150,000 subs. Does great stuff. His audience is more of the 10-year-olds, right? 12-year-olds, the younger audience. That's his thing. Mine's more of the adults who are working, who have money. And that's most of my audience, I think. Looking at demographics on my channel, whatever. And so those people are they'll drop $100 on a pop, or 200 or 75. They just do it. So I find it interesting. The ones that are like cheap that you can go buy at Walmart or Target or whatever, I don't even bother listing those. It's like I just give them away. I don't even mess with them, because by the time you pay like $4.50, $5 to ship them, you might as well just go to Walmart and buy it yourself. So
yeah.
You see the same thing, Paul?
That's how it was when I was just doing, because I started off just selling pops individually. And it was the same way with me. If I had a pop, and I would have people literally message me every day, hey man, what grails do you have? What do you got? What do you got? Because I probably literally had 50 people saved in my Facebook chats that just wanted pops that were like between $200 and $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they wanted.
Right.
And with me, I was always known for having good prices because I always sell under PPG. Doesn't matter if it's a common, doesn't matter if it's a grail. I've sold $500 pops for $300. That's just because I always tell people, just like with my mystery boxes, when I was selling pops individually, the better deal I get, the better deal I'll give you.
Right.
And that's just how I do it, and that's how I've done it. So that's why more and more people started going to me, because I noticed when I'm on Facebook, just kind of looking or, looking locally, so many people, like, they're so stuck on, they want exact PPG or they want exact Funko at price.
Right.
And if you're a buyer, you're not even going to bother messaging them because they're not willing to deal. But if you see the people, like, I have about 5 people that I buy from that usually have a pretty good stock. Like, I have a guy locally, and this is where I get most of my pops. I don't mind saying it. He has over 4,000 pops, and he's getting completely. Yeah, he started day one, and this is the thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
He started day one, and when he first started buying pops, he would just buy every pop because there wasn't that many. So when he would buy pops, he would just, whatever pop came out, he would just grab it. And he was telling me, out of all his 4,000 plus pops, he's never paid more than $100 for a pop. And he has crazy grails. He has so many grails left that I haven't even touched yet. It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but I messaged him because he had made a post, hey, getting out of the Funko game. He actually has about 50 hot toys in his office. He has a whole office set up. I'll have to, if he lets me, I'll have to do like a live, or maybe take some pictures next time I go over there. But
if he's into hot toys, he's good with me.
Oh yeah, he's got a ton of them. But I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I see you're selling your collection. I was like, there's no way I can buy them all at one time, not 4,000 plus pops, because when he first sent me his PPG, I want to say it was like 111,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. So I was like, but if you'll let me come to you like every couple weeks, I'll buy, however many you'll let me buy. So he was like, well, let me tell you, I've tried this once before, and the person that wanted to buy it just wanted to buy all my good stuff and not my, because he doesn't really have, when I say low end stuff, he has commons, but these are commons from like 2012, 2013, 2014,
Right.
So some of his commons are valuable. And I told him, I said, hey man, I know how it works. I said, I'm willing to buy all of them if we can reach, a deal as far as percentage on PPG on the commons versus percentage on PPG on the, on the grails or the rare stuff. So we came up with a price on both, and it was fair for both of us. And the first, I want to say 3 times I went out there, all I bought was commons just to show him I was serious. I said, look, I won't even take a pop that's over $25. So every pop I bought the first 3 times I went out there was anything from like $7 to like $20. Then after that, he messaged me. He goes, hey man, next time you come out here, cherry pick whatever you want. So of course I went crazy then and just started grabbing all kinds of stuff. But like I said, we were both fair, and I think if you're kind of both fair on both ends as far as buying and selling, you'll get a lot farther. And that's what he told me. He's like, man, I really appreciate you, being fair, not trying to haggle too much, because I didn't. I just told him, I was like, hey man, throw a price out there. If I think it's too high or too low, we can talk. I said, because I think I'm fair as far as buying and selling, because I like to be fair on both sides. So right. We came up, with a price, and like I said, I'm just, he's like, well, hey, the whole collection's yours, so just, have at it.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's been this discussion going on in the chat, which I find interesting. Let me back this up. Where was it? Clint replied to this fella. I'm trying to find it because the chat's going kind of crazy. It's Boomer something. I can't remember where it was. Anyway, somewhere there. He says, why are these collectors or YouTubers hanging out with flippers or resellers? And Clint replied to him in the chat. But the fact of the matter is, collections would not be worth what they're worth without people selling them after the fact. They wouldn't be worth it. For example, I've got, I don't know, several $100 plus, $200, $300, $400 pops, whatever it is. They just wouldn't be. In other words, let me throw this out. There's this guy right here. We were talking about this guy earlier. $40, $50. If you got the con one, $100, whatever it is, right? And this guy, it was exclusive, cost $15 retail when he dropped in 2017. And now he's 40, 50, 60, 80, whatever it is. If somebody wasn't reselling this for more than it was worth, then it would only be worth the $15 I paid for it. And I think a lot of people would collect less. They would buy less. I think there's something to be said for having something in your collection that's valuable. You can call it pride. You can call it you can call it pride, whatever it is. Ambition. But I think there's, without that person or those people who are flipping them either now or later, the values wouldn't be there, and I think you would see a lot less people collecting these, and I think Funko would be out of business. Honestly, I think that's how it would work. So, Clint, I'll let you throw that out there since you're the reseller here. What are your thoughts, man?
Oh yeah, I mean, every collectible hobby, you've got to have value to your collectible. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're collecting classic cars. A '64 Mustang has to have value to it. If not, people wouldn't spend thousands to restore that classic car. I mean, it's got to have value to it. People who collect old Mac or Apple computers from the '80s, the reason why they collect it, because it's got value to it. If it didn't have any value to it, they would all be in the dump 25 years ago. It's got value. People buy, sell, and trade vintage computers, electronics. It's okay to buy, sell, and trade for higher prices of things that you collect. That's okay. That happens. Oh, yeah. And the same with Funko. Probably, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever the market was, the resale on it probably wasn't that great. Over the years, they became more collectible. People started to see, these things actually have like an upward spike to them. Maybe we should hold on to these things. And then the value of them started going up. Hence, they became collectible. More people started collecting, and now you can sell them for higher prices. But that's okay. That makes them collectible. That makes them value. That makes them desire. That makes them wanted. Right. It's okay to resell them for higher prices.
Well, and age has something to do with it. Something that came out 6 years ago that you can no longer get. That there's only 4 on eBay available. You're going to pay more for that because people don't want to. I'll give you an example. This guy right here. This guy is no longer in the market. This particular piece, this specific one, is no longer in the marketplace to be sold. Therefore, there's one less that can be sold. So anybody else who has theirs that want to put up for sale, they're going to charge more money. If there was 1,000 of these sitting on eBay right now, this guy would be $3.
Yep.
But because collectors, like myself, have taken them out of the marketplace and said, that's out, you're gone, then the values go up. So the ones who get in trouble, and I'm guilty of this because I decided to collect the Game of Thrones collection years after they dropped, like way after. And I started going backwards and buying the $100 pops, $200 pops, $500. I started going backwards and buying those. I mean, even at $50 at a time, it gets expensive when there's 150 of them. When you start going backwards in the collection, trying to complete a collection, like you said, like it might have been a common for $5 in the clearance bin back then, but now you can't find them. And so you got that going on. Then you got the ones today that are dropping, like we've got San Diego Comic-Con coming up. I just did a video on this, by the way, just throwing that out there. I told everybody to wait 90 days. If you're not able to get a con exclusive, wait 90 days, let the price settle, and then buy what you want.
Yep.
But there's already pre-sales for San Diego Comic-Con listings on eBay right now for pops that they're not even out yet, and people are buying them $200-$300 for a pre-sale. You can't. I'd say Forrest Gump. You can't fix stupid. I don't want to tell you. That's just dumb. I mean, but is it wrong for somebody to list something on eBay and then somebody decides to buy it? No. No.
Oh, that's a free market.
It's capitalism. It's fantastic. You have to choose how to spend your money.
I mean, I'm doing the same thing right now with the OG Big Bang Theory pops. You know, I'm averaging, $50 a pop for those. You know, you can't get them no more.
You can't get
them. So where do you get them from? eBay, Facebook? I mean,
if you can find them with a good box.
That's been the biggest challenge for me is, number one, believing the photos that I'm seeing. Yeah. I've learned really, really quick. Send me some photos other than what you got on eBay.
Right, the stock photo.
I've got some pretty good results with that. But I mean, yeah, you're right. There's always a market for something. I mean,
Javier says, "I know I need flippers because I need 2 more Vikings pops that I can't find." That's fair. I will tell you, if you want a rare pop, Comic-Cons are probably the worst place to buy them. Throwing that out there. Just because
unless you go to that kid that was Atlanta Comic-Con.
He's going to be there. You know we're going to get him. He's gonna be there. This kid's double or triple PPG and happy about it. And if people want to pay that, then I don't care. Whatever. That's like I said, capitalism. Go for it. But I'll call a spade, man.
I mean, he literally every single. I mean, God, how many pops did he have in that state? Hundreds. And every single one of them was at least triple PPG.
Yeah.
Every one of them, even the commons. It was crazy. It was hilarious.
We used to have a guy that used to come we used to do our shows at that hotel, and that's how he was. And I mean, $20 pop, he was charging $60. $50 pop, he was charging $100. And after one of our first shows, he made a comment that, "Oh, this is just the Paul and Robert show. None of us can sell our stuff, and everybody buys their stuff." And I told him, I said, "Well, how can you expect to sell a $20 pop for $60?" I said, "Nobody's going to buy that." I even asked him, I said, "Would you buy that?" I said, "Would you come over to my table, and if I was trying to sell you a unmasked Captain America that's $30 right now for $75, would you buy it?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know. I guess it just depends on how bad I want it." I was like, "There's no way you would buy it."
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, I can understand if it's a super rare pop or a limited number, low number, something like that, a 480 piece or a 120 piece or a 96 piece. I can understand the people that want full PPG for those because, I mean, a 96 limited, that's crazy. I mean, there's only 96 of them. And who knows how many are actually really left that are in decent collectible condition. So, there might only be 50 that are really, worth anything. So I can see that. But, a $25 pop for $50-$60, I just told him, I was like, "Hey man, your prices are horrible. That's why nobody's buying your stuff."
Right.
So
I was thinking about this too, because we got San Diego Comic-Con coming up, and then after that we got New York, and then we got LA Comic-Con with the out west. But so I was thinking about this. At what point do people? What make the chat? You guys in the chat answer this. You can. Is it? I don't have a problem with flippers, guys. I don't really care if you flip spoons or coins or pops or hot toys. I don't care. Hot toys get flipped more than pops. Just throwing that out there. Hot toys, they get flipped too. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Let me give you an example of a hot toy that's getting flipped right now. There's an Iron Man. I don't know if you guys Hot Toys guys are there. There's an Iron Man dropping at San Diego Comic-Con. It's a neon tech. It's a yellow one. I had the blue one last year. There's a new yellow one dropping. Retail on this thing's like $400, $385, $400. In Hong Kong, where they're released at Secret Base, so people will go there, wait in line, and they'll buy these figures and then they'll resell them. Well, there's a reseller on Instagram and YouTube, wherever. And what they do is they buy them for $400. And they've no joke, they've got them listed for almost $900. Not even kidding. $400, $900. Completely ridiculous. I would not, more power to them for selling, making money or whatever. But if you think flipping is only in pops, you guys are crazy. Hot Toys just deals with a larger dollar amount. That's it.
Yeah.
You buy this Comic-Con exclusive for 15, you sell it for 60 or whatever. That's whatever. You're still talking not a lot of money. When you start talking about $1,000 almost for one of these, then that's a whole nother ball game. I'm not into that. But the question I was thinking about is, if you were to go to a San Diego Comic-Con, you would pick, let's say you went to the con, or you got one of the con ones, right? You got this fancy sticker, which people care about stickers for God knows what reason. I don't even know. It's a freaking sticker. But they go there and they put it on eBay. Is it worse? I'm asking this to the chat. Is it worse or better, whichever you want to go, to list something with a buy it now price of $100, and you just paid $15? Or is it worse or better to put it on an auction and just let people bid it up to whatever it goes to? Is one morally better than the other? I'll throw that out there. So I'll let the chat answer that. I'll ask Greg what your thoughts are on that.
Well, to me,
it might even end up at the same dollar amount at the end of the day. I don't even know.
Well, if anybody's ever been to an auction at any point in their life, that is what eBay is when they do the bids. I mean, if you walk into an auction house, that dude up there with a gavel, he's going to sit there for as long as people's lifting their paddles. You know, it's the same thing. I do like it when people do have the buy it now option, but I don't necessarily agree with their price that they got for buy it now. Then sometimes you just take a chance and see if it goes to that price.
Right. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like the Hot Toy side of this thing because I think the dollar amounts are just stupid. It's crazy. But I don't buy them, so it doesn't affect me. It's fine. I choose not to do that. I choose to be a little wiser with my funds. But on the Funko, it happens everywhere. It doesn't matter. Like I said, Pops, Hot Toys, action figures, what they're Mezco, con exclusive Mezco figures. Everybody, it's everywhere.
I think the thing that cracks me up so much every time I see it's whenever a pop drops, and immediately when it sells out, you go over to eBay, and it's all these listings for these exuberant prices, and they don't even have it.
Right.
It's literally it's their pre-order, and it's $100. You were just on that site when you was waiting in line patiently, waiting in the queue, then all of a sudden sold out, and I immediately go to eBay, and within 2 minutes, it's usually triple digits.
Yeah.
And they don't even have it yet. So you don't know if it's going to arrive in what kind of condition or anything, and people just buy it like crazy.
Well, the thing with eBay, though, is people will get their pre-orders, and then they'll list them at a high amount, and then wait on everybody else to list theirs to figure out what the actual amount's going to end up being. So if you wait 2 weeks, because they don't even have the product yet anyway, so what difference does it make? Wait 2 weeks and watch the price, because you'll see the very first listing will be $500, and then there'll be 10 more listings, and it'll be $250, and then $100, and then as there's 200 listings, the only way they're going to sell it is if they lower the price. That's capitalism.
Yeah, they're actually cutting their own prices.
Yeah, if you just
which is
watch
funny
it.
to me.
Yeah, if you buy the first one, you're just dumb. I don't. That's just how it is. It's capitalism. So just pay attention to it. Yeah, it's a good discussion, I think. Let's see. Seamus threw me a question here in the chat. Clint, do you have better luck selling on eBay or Amazon? And I don't know if he means Pops in particular or just in general. I don't know.
Well, just in general, they're two different animals, completely different platforms. You usually won't sell the same type of items on those platforms because Amazon is extremely strict on what you can sell on their platform. I'd say over 50% of the items that you think that you can sell are restricted, that they're gated. If you try to list them, it will let you list them because there's glitches on the website, but then you'll get what's called a VERO claim by the company, which is kind of like a counterfeit strike against you because they claim that you're selling counterfeit goods without the approval from, let's say, Sony and then Amazon kicks you off, even though they allowed you to list it. It's just a glitch. Right. So eBay's pretty much the Wild West, where you can pretty much list what you want to an extent. So in terms of sales, Amazon, you can usually make more money on items because people trust that site more, because eBay's is pretty much a big yard sale. It's pretty much what it is.
Yep.
Amazon looked more as a professional selling platform, you know. But 60% of all sales come from people like me. People don't realize that. It doesn't come from the actual website itself. It comes from third-party sellers, comes from small companies, pallet flippers, and so we're held to a standard to present the products in a way that is presentable by their rules. And then if you don't sell it to their standards, they suspend you like that.
Yeah.
eBay, it's just a garage sale.
Yeah, eBay could care less.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
yeah.
Well,
eBay,
see, I buy hot toys on eBay all the time. I don't have, but I've been doing this a while, and I know what to look for. And there are counterfeit hot toys, just like there are counterfeit pops and anything else. There's counterfeit everything, fake everything. But you just sometimes you got to pay to learn that lesson. Thankfully, I haven't. I do my research, before that happens. But I did buy a fake Donald Trump pop like 2 years ago on eBay. It showed up, and it was just it was so bad. I just laughed. I wasn't even mad. I just laughed. It was really bad. I wasn't on YouTube at the time, so I didn't, it wasn't a thing. But it was so bad that I wasn't even mad. I just threw it away, and that was the end of that. It wasn't worth the fight. I was like, whatever. Maybe I was having a good day or something. I don't know. But nowadays, I'd probably make a video on it and yell at people and be upset. But yeah, I'd do that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I've found I have no problem. Instagram's been good for me just because of followers or whatever. It's fine. It's YouTube, whatever. But I don't really sell a whole lot in my collection. Usually, I'm more of a hoarder. I'm more of a hoarder. I do now. My hot toys. I was talking with Terry Smith yesterday. Kent and I. If you guys don't know who Terry Smith is, he's the How to Be a Poser guy on Sideshow. So Kent and I had went and got some tacos and chatted with him for about an hour or so yesterday. And if you're a Hot Toys fan, we're going to have him here on the channel at some point in the near future on a live stream. So, teaser. Just throwing that out there. But we were talking about collecting statues and collecting Hot Toys or whatever. And these guys come and go. My collection's pretty fluid. I don't really get attached to items particularly. Not heavily anyways. But these do come and go out of the collection, and I'm all the time buying and selling stuff on eBay and whatever. So you just got to know what to look for. Know what's real and know what's fake. And that's pretty much it. That goes. And I'm sure Paul would have the same thing. You can probably look at a pop and determine pretty quickly if it's fake.
Yeah. I actually have a lot of people message me every day from Facebook and Instagram. Hey man, can you give me a legit check? And I don't have a problem doing it, but especially if they're spending, hundreds of dollars. Like, there's a lot of fake red-eyed freezes going around from Dragon Ball. I get a lot of those. There's a lot of fake Stan Lees, a lot of the fake aliens from Toy Story, fake Lotzos. I get a lot of those. But yeah, I think I'm pretty well versed in it now. Usually I can tell within the first couple pictures. There are some that are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those fake Lotzos out there are good, but yeah.
Well, that's a custom. That doesn't count. That's a good custom though.
Yeah, custom's a different story. Yeah. And if somebody, and that's another thing, if somebody's going to list, they need to put whether it's a custom or a fake.
Right.
What's funny about this? My brother bought this for me, and it got shipped in a bag. It actually got shipped in a bag. It was so bad crushed it wasn't even funny. But hard stacks, hey, they're pretty good for taking creases out.
Right. 100%. All right. Well, I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna wrap this up. We've been going for about an hour and a half. And I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. I appreciate Clint and Paul being here and Greg. We'll do this again. If you guys like this, if I can knock off. If you guys like this, definitely check it out. Check out Paul on Instagram at PopKingPaul. Check out Clint on YouTube, Franchise Kicks. And he's actually got another. What's the name of your second channel? What's the name of it?
Franchise TV.
Franchise TV. All right.
Yeah. Purely live channel.
Yep. So definitely check those out. Obviously, check out Greg. At the end of this, I'll go back and I'll add links to their channels and Instagrams in the description of this video. So if you want to come back later, I'll do that. But I think we had a good discussion with no drama. It was nice and peaceful. Nice and peaceful. This is this is a safe space. It was good. So I appreciate you guys coming on here.
We all had therapy.
It was what?
It was therapy.
Therapy. It was good. It was nice.
It was good. I learned a lot tonight. I really did.
I think we had a good time. So if you guys like this, definitely let us know in the chat. Check out their social media profiles. Let them know if you want them to be here again, and we'll go from there. But I want to say thank you. Clint, any upcoming videos you want to kind of tease out there?
I guess check out earlier today I did the Toe of Satan challenge. I took it, conquered it, world record probably. But not trying to brag or anything.
Oh, yeah, but, Greg said something about that. We're getting ready to do a challenge, too, so I'll check that out.
But, yeah, I mean, I upload every single day. I've done it for almost like a year straight now. Sometimes it's 2 videos a day. So subscribe and pick and choose what you want to watch. It's a variety of stuff that I put out. So
awesome.
Yep.
What about you, Greg? What you
got? Got a video dropping in the morning. I actually went back out to Battlegrounds. They redesigned the store, and everybody needs to stay to the end of that video because there's something special at the end.
Ooh. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Paul, what's going on your YouTube channel?
I think I have 150 subscribers, so thank you. I don't even have a channel. I've actually been talking to Dom over at Box Attack. If y'all don't know who he is, awesome dude. Go check out his channel. Thinking about kind of doing a Shopify type format for my boxes, just because the way I do them now, it's hard.
Yeah,
I get so many messages at once, and then I miss messages, which I try not to do, and then some messages I don't even get, and it's just kind of crazy. Used to be a lot easier, but now, I mean, it's just crazy. So kind of been talking to him because I know he set one up, and he said it's pretty easy. So kind of looking at doing that, and maybe trying to get that going on either maybe the next round or the round after. Maybe doing some pin. I know he had some pins. He was telling me about some pins that he did, glow in the dark. I thought they were pretty cool. I had a guy, Completely Corey, make me a logo. That's my new logo on Instagram. He made that. So shout outs to him. Maybe doing some pins with that logo, maybe some glow in the dark. And then I was thinking of doing a mystery box. And if you purchase a pin and you get one of the glow in the dark ones, I'll send you like another pop, just some random pop for free. Just kind of a little, something fun. So yeah, I've got some ideas coming. And then, like I said, next week there's gonna be some really good grails in this drop coming up. So y'all won't want to miss this one.
Nice. I'm gonna throw a plug out there for somebody else. It's Foxy Faux Real. He's got a charity thing going on his channel with one of the SDCC exclusives signed by Brian Mariotti, the CEO of Funko. So if you're interested in that, he's in the chat. Foxy Faux Real. Go check him out. He's doing this charity thing. I highly encourage that. Anytime you can give back, I'm 100% in on that. I think you guys have seen that here, but I want to give a shout out to him. So definitely go check that out. And let's see here. I can't find Pop King Paul's page to subscribe to it. That's because he's not on YouTube. That's why.
I do have a question for Paul before we get off here.
Okay.
Okay, so Paul, secretly, and you have to be perfectly honest right now, so everybody knows you as Pop King Paul. Do you have a crown in your house?
I do not.
I just wondered if secretly you put the king's crown on every once in a while and just,
walks into his collection room with a crown.
Someone needs to send Paul a crown. He needs a crown.
Yeah,
I don't think my kids would let me walk around with that. They'd probably think I was absolutely ridiculous.
If I walked around my house with a crown, my wife would just smack me upside the head. So no.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. No, I don't have a crown. No crowns, just hats.
There you go. All right. Well, as far as me, I don't have a video coming tomorrow, but I have a lot of content. I've got a video on. Let's see what I've got. I've got a motorcycle. I bought a 6-scale motorcycle for this guy. It's coming tomorrow. So I got that coming. I've got Hot Toys Jedi, Last Jedi Luke Skywalker Deluxe coming tomorrow from Sideshow. They sent me that, so we're gonna do a review on that one. I got to do a review on this guy. I've got a 4th of July thing I'm doing. We have a mega stream coming for San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm still debating on who I'm going to invite to that. So there's been a lot of input on who I should invite. So we're going to do that on Thursday night, probably from like 10 to midnight. It's probably what we're going to do. Nerd Therapy's on the list as far as trying to get them in the beginning. They have to do their tweets and all that stuff as the drop stop start happening, so they can't really be here at the end. So I'm trying to get Mark on here for maybe the beginning of that. I think that'd be kind of fun. So a lot of stuff happening in the next 2 weeks. If you haven't already subscribed to all these guys, do that. In the meantime, guys, appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
So peace.
See ya.